How's it going today, everybody? And we are back with another Bandai 50th Anniversary Memorial Box figure review. Today we are obviously looking at the Godzilla 1984. This is one of the most sought after Bandai's ever, period. He is a popular one, and he does actually have two releases, the second release being even more rare than this one, and a higher value. He came out in a DVD set where I believe it was just a black and white color scheme, or maybe it was an actual movie accurate scheme, but then there's only a handful of them, and you don't see any of the figures from that set very often. So, but as I said, this is the memorial box version, and let's dive right in. So this Godzilla is cast in a darker vinyl. Once again, I mention it pretty much in every review. I do have some difficulties seeing the differences between colors, but I do believe this is either a really dark green, or this happens to be the a charcoal black. But he does have the green highlights that does remain. The front chest piece, the knee pads, the toes, fingernails, and the back plates all the way down the tail. Oh wow, they finished the tail on this one, impressive. And on the back of the head as well. And the teeth even kind of have a little darker green color on it, which I always find odd. But yeah, the figure itself, super accurate to the suit, not the animatronic, can't speak, the animatronic. Super impressive head sculpt, obviously 64. Look at that guy, oof. Evil looking. Body. It's not as chunky as a lot of the Heisei suits. He's still got a little bit of chunk on there, but this is still one of the more thinner Godzillas. The back plates, awesome looking. Definitely unique. These are the back plates we'd start to get used to in the Heisei era. Not 100% the guaranteed ones, but it is a start. It's interesting how droopy they are, how there's normally this plate is the biggest plate, and this one's kind of this size, and how it's opposite, and then they also kind of droop a little bit. It's interesting. This is the multiple rows, pretty much the 5 rows. You got the side ones, the outer middle-sized ones, and then the one large one. Very nice. Super long tail on this guy, just like most of the Heisei Godzillas. Super long. So, the articulation, quick. Once again, this guy has head articulation. The arms go in and out, so you can pretty much give them a hug look. They pretty much only look good when they're forward like this, or when they're kind of bent in a little bit. But you can kind of get them out a little bit for a little bit more dynamic. The legs go out, and I will mention that these are not the standard Heisei legs. If we look at the bottom, this stamping reveals that this was planned for 2003. That's when the mold was created, probably when the pre-production of the memorial box had started. Once again, I still have no idea the full plans of what Bandai was doing. These molds, all of the unique ones were made in 2003, released in 2005 with the memorial box, and then most of them never saw a second release, which is pretty much, it's pretty much known that it's to keep these figures values high. It's why when Japan did the Bandai poll, you would have noticed that 84, 62, and I believe 64 were all on that list, and they actually scored super low. I believe 84 is the only one that kind of got up there a little bit, but they, by the end, were super low. People value their figures keeping expensive price tag, and this being one of the more expensive 6-inch Bandai vinyl sets. A lot of people who own this want to keep the value high on it. I personally would like to see a second release of these with movie accurate colors, because I'd probably end up buying them again anyways. But to the size comparisons, we will look at the memorial box Heisei Godzilla. Slightly taller, but definitely not as chunky. This figure looks small compared to this guy. He's got a big old head, big old body, but it looks nice. This guy's review is coming up soon. He's not next. Godzillasaurus is before him, since I do think this is mainly the 92. Let's see. Nope, it just says 98. It doesn't have the movie date release. So, but we are getting a 91 here in 2 months at end of November. And then for the other comparison, interesting that we had 2 blue spine boys. We have the Monster Arts Godzilla vs. Kong Godzilla. Thought I would just bring this out. This is still my most popular video, sitting at 1.2.5, I believe now. A lot of views. So, just slightly bigger, but the Monster Arts kind of have a little bit larger scale. Technically, this Godzilla is supposed to be the largest Godzilla outside of Earth. So that's pretty much it for this figure. This figure is spot on. I can't tell you how nice it is owning this figure. Anyone who owns this can tell you this is one of the better Bandai vinyls. But that's kind of the whole set. That's the purpose of the memorial box. They had to make it enticing. Best way to do that is just release a bunch of exclusive molds that everyone's going to fight for. That's how it goes. So this figure is going to get a positive 10 out of 10. I love it. There's not a lot to say because it's just so darn good. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment what you like, what you didn't like. What do you guys think of the blue background? This is now, I believe, 5 or 6 videos I've done it for. I'm just testing it out still. It seems the figure seems to be a little bit brighter, catching more of the light. But let me know what you guys think, if you guys want the white background or if I should try the black curtain behind it background again. I would prefer not to use that one. That one just doesn't catch it. And subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Rock on. Peace. And stay safe, everybody.